היי מה? כן, יש לי כמה דקות עכשיו. יש לך כבר זום מותקן על המחשב? לא משנה, לא משנה, זה די פשוט. נתחיל מההתחלה. טוב, עכשיו כנסי לאתר ZOOM, זום. אני מחכה. כל טוב, בלי לחץ. תעשי רשם בעזרת גוגל. תכניסי את הסיסמה של המייל. אני לא יודע מה הסיסמה של המייל שלך, זה את צריכה לדעת. יכול להיות שאת על קפסלוק, עכשיו תכניסי שוב את הסיסמה. יופי. עכשיו כנסי לזום, תקראי לי את האפשרויות. New meeting, בכתום. כן, את רואה את עצמך. עכשיו תלחצי על Manage Participant, זה למטה. זה בסרגל שנפתח לך למטה. Manage Participant. מה האפשרויות שיש לך? Manage Participant. צריכה להזיז קצת האחבר. Manage Participant. כן, כן. Invite. תחפשי copy URL. מה האפשרויות שיש לך שם? אמא, יש שם copy URL. מתחת לזה, מתחת, כן. יש שם copy, אמא, יש שם copy, האותיות URL. יש שם. הכל טוב, הכל טוב. אני מתקשר אלייך בוואטסאפ, תעני לי. היי אמא, תסובבי את המצלמה. אני רואה אותך, אני רוצה לראות את המסך. איך הגעת למסך הזה? תסגרי, תלחצי, copy URL. הנה, copy, את רואה בצד ימין. אפשר לשלוח גם במייל. אם נעמי אומרת שאת תהני מוואטסאפ ווב, אנחנו נעשה את זה. תרשמי בגוגל וואטסאפ ווב. שימי את הפלאפון מול המסך שיצלם את הקוד. לא, לא, ממש עם המצלמה. יש לך וואטסאפ ווב. עכשיו תחפשי אותי, תשלחי לי את ה-URL. אני בפגישה, איפה את? אבל למה סגרת את הזום? לא נורא, כנסי שוב. New meeting, Manage Participants. Manage Participant. Manage Participant. Invite, copy URL, תמזערי את הזום. לא, 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 אל תצאי למזער, למזער. מין פס קטן שנמצא ליד ה-X. למה סגרת את הוואטסאפ? לא אשמתך. כן, כן, אני רואה את ההזמנה. תאשרי אותי. את צריכה לאשר אותי. Manage Participants. Manage, כן, על השם שלי, אדמית. אדמית, אדמית. אמא, יש שם אדמית. יש שם אדמית. אני לא בוחר. איזה אפשרויות את רואה? כן, אדמית.
All right. Hi, everyone. Let's unmute you so I can hear you. Hi, everyone.
Happy Mother's Day.
Morning, Jordan.
Hi, Jordan. Hi, happy Mother's Day to everybody.
Andy.
Yes, happy Mother's Day, everyone. Thank you all for joining us today for our next online Zoom class. I hope you all are all doing great and you've had a great week. We have a lot in store for you today, a great class planned, and I'm very excited to share it with you. I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so today's lesson is going to be revolving around online banking. That is something that we're all in a situation that we need to use currently because we cannot access banks, and there are a lot of things that we have to do now virtually that we never had to do before. So that's kind of be the main goal of today's lesson. Let's get rid of it. I hope you all enjoyed that video. Sorry, let's go to the next slide. So yeah, once again, welcome. This is our 8th Zoom technology class. I want to welcome everyone and also a happy Mother's Day. I also want to point out that I have now transferred everyone to our WhatsApp chat. So if that is something that you have not joined yet, you must reach out to me today because that is the only way I'm going to be contacting you. At the end of this class, I always send everyone a review of the class, and that will be all done through WhatsApp, no more messages. So if that's something that you have not joined yet, please make sure to reach out to me today. Okay. So last week, for those of you who were here last week, we learned how to use video and streaming and music streaming services and how to manage a smartphone. Today's schedule is all going to be kind of money related. We're going to start off with online banking, followed by Venmo, which is a program that is used to pay other people virtually, how to use Apple Pay and Apple Wallet, how to access the Stocks app on the phones, and we're going to end with a short breakout room assignment that we are going to try again. This is our 3rd week doing breakout rooms, and we're going to try them again at the end of the class. Okay, so let's get straight into things. We are going to start with online banking. So because of the circumstances that we're in right now, there are times where people need to scan in checks to make deposits, and also need to make transfers through their accounts. There are a lot of things that we need to do at the physical banks, but all of the most popular banks have apps on the phones, and I'm going to show you today how to use one of those apps. All of these banks use the same kind of system, but for today's purposes, I'm going to be using the TD Bank app. They are all the same, but I'm going to be using TD Bank as kind of the demo. Please feel free to raise your hand virtually if you have any questions as I'm going through the material today. Now everyone should be able to see my phone screen, and let's get straight into things. Okay, so once again, I'm going to be showing all this with the TD Bank app, but this could be done on any application. It's Chase and any other bank. I'm going to be demoing it with TD Bank. So as you can see, it's in the middle of the screen on the left. This is something that you can download in the App Store just as you normally would by going to the App Store and typing in TD Bank. And it would be the first thing that came up. Because I already have it, it says open. You could also type in, if we looked up Chase, it would be the same kind of system, Chase Mobile. But because I already have the TD Bank app, that's the app that I'm going to be using. So when you first open the app, it will take you into the home screen. If you have never signed into the app before, it will ask you to sign in with your bank credentials, and you'll type in your username and password that you received when you opened a bank account. I already signed in, so here's once you sign in, this is the screen you're going to see. It's the main screen. You're going to see a bunch of options at the top, and you're also going to see some information at the bottom. So the first thing is all the way at the top left. It will say accounts. If you have multiple accounts and you click there, it will show you a list of all your accounts. Here's a TD Bank convenience checking account. This is one that I have, and it's the only one that's under my name. So it's the only one that I can click on. Once you open it, it will show you all your purchases. So that is accounts. And then next to accounts is transfer. So if you have multiple accounts inside the TD Bank app, you have the ability virtually to send money from one bank account to another just by clicking on that transfer button. But because I only have one bank account right now in the system, it's not letting me do that because you obviously need two of them in order to transfer from one to another. But if you do have two, you just click on transfer and select the amount of money needed. Now, one of the most important parts of this is in the middle where it says deposit. And basically, if you click on that, you have the ability to scan a check from your house, and it will be sent directly into your bank account. So you are going to type, you first have to click on, it will pop at the bottom, the account. So I'm going to click on my account. And then it asks you for two pictures, a picture of the front and a picture of the back of the check. It's very simple. It's just clicking on it. And then as you can see, this is my camera. It will tell you, sorry, I'll do that so you can see what it says. It says center your check here, and then tap the camera button when ready. So all you have to do is, if you have the scanner on your table, for example, you will hold up your phone just like that and click on that white button so that you could take the picture. Once you're done with that, you click on the back button, and you also have to scan the back of the check. And once you do that, at the bottom of the screen, it says continue. Now, once again, I'm using the TD Bank app, but all other banks do have mobile apps, may look a little bit different than this one, but they all do the same thing, so it should not be so hard for you to figure it out. Okay, and then there are two more buttons we see at the top right. The first one is sending money. I guess TD Bank has kind of a partnership with Zelle, which is a program where you could send money from one person to another, and you could do that through this app. I don't think that's something that we are going to be using, especially today, because right after this we're going to go directly into Venmo, which is the program that I think is going to be best for you to transfer money from one person to another. So we're not going to look at that, but all the way at the top right, the last button is pay a bill. And you could also do this virtually. I don't have any bills right now, so it says it says I don't have any bills, but you could add a bill at the top left, and you type in your information. Who do you want to pay? And you could send a bill over. So at this point, I don't have any bills currently in my TD Bank app, but once you do put those in, you could pay those virtually. So once again, at the top of the screen, there are 5 buttons there. The one on the left, if you click on accounts, it will take you where you can select your different accounts. If you have more than one, it will list those for you, and you can enter those very easily. To the right of that is transfer. If you have more than one account, if you have 2 accounts, then you have the ability to transfer money from one to another. Once again, if you do not have 2 accounts, you cannot do this. If you only have one, it will not let you because there's nowhere to transfer it. Next to that is the deposit button. If you click on that, it will take pictures of the front and back of a check, and it will directly put that into your bank account. It's very easy. To the right of that, send money. If you are familiar with the program Zelle, then you could hook that up with your TD Bank app, but that's not something that I'm going to go over. And then to the right of that is paying a bill. If you do have bills, I currently do not, but if you do, you just type in who you're sending it to. See if it will ask me who do you want to pay, and you will be able to send the money. Okay. There are also other things that you could do on this app, like manage your most recent transactions. If you open your accounts, if you say here's the account, it will show you. Green means it was added, meaning you put it into the account, and if it's black with a minus, that means it was taken out of the account. There are also details regarding the account and statements, and it will also show you at the top today's beginning balance and what's pending. So for example, if you bought something today, but it hasn't really been approved yet, it will be under the pending kind of slot until it's approved, and then it will be taken into your bank account. Okay, so that is kind of a brief overview of online banking. This is something that obviously we all have to do currently, like scanning checks and paying bills. We now have to do this virtually because we can't go to banks. So I hope that you were able to take something from this tutorial and now consider maybe downloading the app for your bank and kind of playing around with the buttons. You should see, even if you do not have TD Bank, similar buttons as paying bills and transferring money and making deposits. Okay, we are now going to move on to our next segment, which is Venmo. I'm not sure how many of you have heard of Venmo before. But Venmo is a program. It's an app that you can download on any phone. It also works on other smartphones, not just Apple phones. And Venmo is a way only to transfer money from one person to another. It's in affiliation with PayPal. Basically, here, I'll read what it says here. You've probably found yourself in a situation where you needed to pay a friend but did not have cash or a check on you. For example, if you say, if you go out for ice cream with your friend and they pay for you, it's very easy to use Venmo and send them the $6 or whatever it is. These situations could include sharing a cab, splitting a meal, or maybe even paying rent or bills to a roommate. Instead of going to an ATM or writing a check, there's an easier solution, and that is Venmo. Venmo is an online service. It is owned by PayPal that allows you to quickly pay and request money from your friends. It also functions as a social media platform where you could view, like, and comment on your friends' recent payment activities. We are going to show you how to use Venmo now. A quick tutorial how to use Venmo, and Julia is going to start with how to download Venmo and get an account on Venmo. Once you have Venmo downloaded, then it's very easy to make payments and request money. And we're going to walk you now through how to do that. Julia, we're looking at your computer.
Okay, sorry. I'm trying to share my phone. Okay, here we go. So in order to have Venmo on your phone, you're going to first need to download the app from the App Store. So the App Store is this blue app that has an A in the middle, And if you click on that app, you're able to search in the App Store for many apps that, that iPhones offer. So here we're gonna search for Venmo. And because I already have Venmo, it says open. But if I didn't have Venmo, it would just say download. I would click on the button and it would download it. But because I have it already, it says open. So I was able to open the app through the App Store. So once I open the Venmo app, I'm going to need to either sign into an account, sign up with Facebook, or sign up with email. So signing into an account means that I already have an account with Venmo and I need to sign into that account. But because I don't already have an account with Venmo, I can either sign up with Facebook or sign up with email. I also don't have a Facebook account, so I'm gonna select on the bottom here, sign up with email, and I'm gonna create an account with Venmo. So sign up. The first thing that it asked me for is my first name, my last name, my email, and a password. And then I'm gonna press next. So I can choose to save this password on the app so that next time I open the app, I don't need to type in my username and password, it will save it automatically. So then I'm just gonna scroll down, I'm gonna press next, I'm agreeing to all of their terms, and then it's going to send a message to my phone to verify that I'm the one who's setting this up. So first I'm gonna need to type in my phone number. And I'm gonna press send code. This wants to verify that I'm the one who's setting up this Venmo account and nobody else. So if I open this in my phone now, it's gonna say my Venmo code is 8975. So then I'm gonna type that 4-digit code into the app so that I can set up my account and I can, and it will verify that I'm the one with the number. You can also add a photo. I'm not gonna do that right now. And my username was already set for me. So now I have the option to connect with Facebook. I can choose any of my Facebook friends that use Venmo, and that's gonna connect me to them so that I can Venmo any of my Facebook friends easily. So I'm gonna press not now, and I'm gonna skip that because I don't have a Facebook account. Another way that you can find friends easily on the Venmo app is by syncing your contacts with the app. So right now I'm not going to sync my contacts, but if you sync your contacts with the Venmo app, then it's going to automatically give you a list of any people who are in your contacts that you can Venmo easily. And then I'm going to press done. This is a quick tutorial on how you work it. And then I'm set up in the account. So now it's giving me a lot of notifications. And that's basically it. Now I'm set up on the account and I can start using the app.
Okay. So once you do have an account on Venmo, then the first thing that you have to do is you need to obviously add a source for you to accept money and to pay money. So here's what the Venmo kind of interface looks like. You are going to see in the center 3 options on the top. It's going to be an Earth, or it's going to be 2 people or 1 person. What that means is that if you click on the Earth, then you have the ability to see payments made from by people all around the world. If you click on the option with 2 people, it will only show people who are in your contacts, and 1 person are people who paid or sent who paid or you sent money to you. So it's only payments that involve you. So the first thing I'm going to show you is how to add a payment method so that you have the ability to receive and pay money. So at the top left, you're going to see those 3 lines. It's all the way at the top left corner. And you should see it's the second option to the bottom. It says settings. It's over there. It has a little gear. Once you click on settings, the second option will be payment methods. That is how you're going to add a payment method. I already added my TD Bank checking account. Once you have that in, then there's nothing else you really have to do. But to add a bank or a card, you click on where it says add bank or card. It's in blue right below my account. You choose which one you're doing, and it gives you the option for a bank or a card. If I click on bank, it will make you kind of continue, and you kind of keep having to click on continue until you get to the bank options. You choose which bank you're using. You type in your credentials. I already did this, but as soon as you type that information in, you'll see this button over here. It says submit. It's right above the keyboard on the right, and then it will be added and appear right under your checking account. You could also have more than one payment method if you feel that there are some purchases that you want coming from one payment method or some from the other. So that is how you add a payment method. And now we're going to show you how to pay someone and how to accept money using Venmo, and also how to change your privacy on Venmo so that only certain people or no people or all people can see the payments that you make. Okay, Joe, go ahead.
So to pay someone money on Venmo, you click on the menu button on the top left, or no. First, before you pay someone, you can set your privacy settings, meaning you can tell Venmo who you want to see your payment. So if you go to the menu button on the top left and then you click on settings, the third button is privacy. And then you can choose whether you want your payments to be public, friends, or private. So public means that when you make a payment, every single person using Venmo can see that payment, see how much you paid, and see what it's for. Most people don't want public. Friends is you could send it. Friends is anyone who is your friend on Venmo, meaning they're your Facebook friend or they're in your contacts. They can see your payment even if you're not paying money to them. And the last thing is private, which most people have, which is only the person you're sending it to and you can see that payment. Okay. Now to pay someone money, on the top right, there's a button. It kind of looks like the same button on messages and on email, where you're making either a new message or a new email to someone. It's the same button. It's the compose button. And now let's say I want to send to Jordan Mittler. That's with no spaces. You don't type in spaces, and then his name will come up. I click on his name, and let's say I want to, even with the actual payment, I can choose the privacy. If I click on private, then I can make this specific, even if I'm private, I can make this payment public. So it can't be separate for each payment. So let's say I want to pay Jordan $1. I type in 1, and then I have an option to request or pay. Requesting, it won't have any actual transactions. It'll just send a message to him saying that he should pay me money, or I can just pay and then enter a name. So let's say I say Tech, and then I press pay. And that's it.
Great. Wait, Joe, just can you say that for a sec? You see how at the top now it says you paid Jordan Mittler, and it says minus $1 in the top right of that. What that means is that the payment has gone through, and if it's red, that means it's money that has been taken out of your account. If it's green, that means it's been added to your account. Okay, Joe, you can stop. Thank you. Okay, and then the last thing that we're going to show you regarding Venmo is how to now take money that you accepted from people and transfer to your bank account. So once you have money in Venmo, for example, now I have $1 in my Venmo account because it just says at the top, Joe Kaplan paid you Tech. And it says that now it's in green for me because I accepted the money. But the money has not yet been added to my bank account. Right now it says, if you click on those 3 lines, it says $1 in Venmo, right? It says right below my name. It's over here. It's right below my name close to the top of the screen, $1 in Venmo. And now to transfer this money to your bank account, right next to that, it then says transfer money. If you click on that, you could change the amount of money. For example, let's say you have $100 in your Venmo account and you only want to transfer 50. You have the ability to do that. You could choose, if you click on instant, I guess it's charging me a 1% fee, but for no fee, it takes 1 to 3 business days for it to transfer to your account. And then you click on that green button where it says transfer $1, and the money will automatically be transferred into your bank account. And then instead of it being $1, it will now that number will go back down to $0 in Venmo. And this is very simple. It's very simple like this. It's pretty much just asking people for money and accepting money on this account just by clicking on that compose button and typing in someone's name. Okay. Here, I think this is a great point. Does anyone have any questions regarding Venmo? Let's see. Everyone's muted right now, but you know how to. I'm going to see if you want to raise your hand. I don't see anyone. Yes, Gita. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Go ahead.
Venmo is for transferring money in and out of my account to people privacy to people I trust. I gather.
Right. That is correct. If your Venmo account is on private, that means that no one else has the ability to see any of your payments except you.
It has to be locked into a bank account, like a TD bank account. It has to be communicated with a bank account.
Right. So you have to type in your bank information so that the money can be transferred from Venmo into your actual bank account.
Good to know. Thank you.
Sure. Any more questions? Okay. Excellent. Okay. So the next thing that we're going to have a look at today is something called Apple Pay or Apple Wallet. And basically, Apple Pay, now, unfortunately, if you do not have an iPhone or an Apple phone, you will not have access to this. Other smartphones do have other ways to add credit cards virtually. But this is the way that we're going to show you today is specifically for iPhones or Apple phones. And basically, Apple Pay allows you to not walk around with a wallet. You basically have the credit card in your phone or your debit card, and you scan the credit card on the reader in any store, and it will automatically charge you just like it would if you had your physical credit card. And we are going to show you how to put the credit card in, and also how to use it. Now, once again, this is pretty much out of to make this easier for you. You have the ability just to hold up your credit card to the reader. It will scan and it will charge you money for whatever you're buying. Okay, Caroline's now going to show you how to open the app and what it looks like on your interface. I'm sharing my screen now. Sorry. Okay.
Okay. So once you're on your home screen, you're going to go to your first page of apps, and you'll click on the wallet. It looks like it has cards. Yeah, right there. Once you click on that, you'll open up all your cards that you inserted into this wallet. So on the top, you'll have all your credit cards, and on the bottom where he has a Starbucks card will be his debit cards. So
wait, it won't be not debit cards, gift cards.
Gift cards, that's what I meant. Sorry. Okay, so then once you have your cards inserted, I'm going to teach you how to add a card into Apple Wallet. So by clicking on the little plus in the top corner, there are 2 ways you could add a card to your wallet. By clicking on the credit or debit card and then pressing continue, you could add a card to your screen. So right now it's not showing, but usually a little scanner will come up like Jordan's showing you in his screen, and you could put your credit card on top of it and the phone will pick up the number.
Then after, the other way you could insert your card is by just clicking on entering card details, and that way you could just type in the card number and pressing next, and then your card will come up in the top of your section where it was before with the rest of the cards. Yeah. Then another cool thing to do with this is if you click on one of your cards, you could see all your latest transactions. So you could see whatever you have paid in the last month or in the last whatever, and if you see something wrong with that, you could report an issue. But also if you have a question for like the credit card company, this allows you, Apple Pay allows you to like access the credit card company. If you click on the arrow going back, you could click on the credit card on the you could click on the three little buttons in the top corner, and by clicking on that, it'll give you all the information for the credit card company, and that way you could call them, you could go to their website, and you could ask them for any help or any problems you're having with the credit card.
Great.
Then
Okay. Yeah. You want something else?
Oh, okay, yeah, never mind.
Okay, so now I'm going to teach you guys how to actually use Apple Pay in a store. So there are two different ways depending on the model of your phone. So people with a home button on the bottom of their phone, that circular button, the round button on the bottom of their phone, they would need to go into the Apple Pay app and double click on that button and put their phone up to the reader in the store, and that will transfer the money from your Apple Pay credit card to the store through this reader. But other people who have the newer editions of the phone without the home button have two ways to use Apple Pay. So the first way is if you are logged out of your phone. If you're on your lock screen, you are able to use Apple Pay if you have the phone without the home button. So by double clicking on the power button on the side of your phone, the Apple Pay will come up on the home screen, and you should be able to use Apple Pay and put it near the reader in the store, and that will transfer the money without even opening the Apple Pay app. But if it's easier for some people to just open the app directly, you're still able to do that even if you don't have a home button. And so you just need to open your phone, unlock your phone, and open the Apple Pay app, and do the same thing of double clicking on the power button on the side, and it's going to give you the option to hold your phone near the reader in the store, and that's how you're going to transfer the money from the credit card to the store.
Great. Okay, Caroline's now going to show us a cool way that you could send money just like Venmo to another person.
So you could send money to another person through messages. So if you click on your messages app and you want to send $1 to Joe, so you see that little Apple Pay in the top? Yeah, it's black and has an apple and then it says pay. So you'll click on that. And then once clicking on that, you could either add as much money as you want, or you could subtract as much money as you want. Then once you have the right amount, let's say Jordan wants to put $5 in or something. Okay. He could either request that money for Joe, or he could pay that money. So let's say Joe owes him some money. He could request the money, and then Joe will get the message, and he can accept that, and he could give Jordan that money. If Jordan wants to pay Joe that money, he could press pay, and the transaction will go through. Then once paying that money, you could go back to Apple Pay, to your wallet, and on the top, no, press done, Jordan.
Where?
Huh?
What did you say?
Press done.
Where's done?
on the top.
Oh, okay.
And on the top of your wallet, there will be an Apple Cash. This everyone automatically gets, and that's where all your money through messages will be stored, and then you can transfer it to your credit card.
Great. Okay. So texting using the Apple Messaging app to send over money is very similar to Venmo. It's the same way that you would pay someone. Both are used from one person to another, not for buying things in the store. You could also use Apple Pay to buy things in the store, but when you're using it over messages, it's when you're sending or requesting money from one person to another. Okay. Any questions regarding Apple Pay or the Apple Wallet or sending money via messages? Okay, great. Okay, so now the last thing that we are going to look at regarding our kind of online banking unit is the Stocks app. I felt that it would be a good time to teach this now because it's very relevant to what we've been doing so far today. There is an easy way to access the stock market and what's going on in the market on your phone directly. And we're going to show you now today the ways of customizing that so that you could see the stocks that you either invest in or care most about. And also how to find news regarding specific stocks, and to see if your stocks are up today or they're down today. And we are going to start that. Joe is going to start with showing you how to open the app, where it is, and also what the interface is and what to look for once you're in the app. Okay.
Okay. So the Stocks app is on. For me, it's on the top left. So if I click on the Stocks app, on the top left, it tells me the date. Under that is the default stocks that Apple shows you. And then right under that is the top stories. This is a direct connection to Apple News, that app. And it's all stories about the market and about all the stocks. So if you click on one, it'll give you an article.
Okay, Julia. Julia's now going to show you how to search for a specific stock. Joe, you could stay on the screen share.
Okay, so on the top of the Stocks app is the search bar. And when you click on that search bar, you're able to search in the app for any company that is public that is supported through the Apple Stocks app. So for example, you could search Amazon. And if you click on that, that's going to give you all of the information regarding specifically Amazon and no other company. So it's going to show you all, like you can do your preference 1 day, 1 week, 1 month on top there. And you can also see news on the bottom specifically about Amazon. After searching for Amazon, you can also rearrange the order in which the stocks appear on your Stocks app. So if you X out of Amazon, you could see that right now, this is the order of the stocks on your Apple Stocks app. But let's say I had a share in Amazon and I wanted Amazon to be on the top of my list. So I would press edit in the top right corner of the Stocks app, and then I would drag the Amazon app bar to the top of my list so that anytime I open the Apple Stocks app, that would be on the top of the list. And then once I do that, I can press done, and that's going to save this new order. So now Amazon is on top. Anytime I open the Stocks app, Amazon will be on the top of the list.
Okay, Joe's going to finish up with showing you how to find information about a specific stock and to see news regarding specific stocks.
Okay, so if you, let's say I click on Amazon, I can get the information for 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, all the way to 10 years and all the time that it's been public. And then I can also see where on the right under the graph on the left, it shows you at what price Amazon opened that day, what its high was that day, and what its low was that day. And then under that is again more news. But once you click on a specific stock, the news that it shows you is only specific to that. So all of this news here is specific to Amazon.
Okay, great. So that was a brief overview of how to look at the Stocks app. It's very easy, especially if you have an iPhone, to find information regarding specific stocks. There are also websites online that you could just type into Google or into Safari to access information about stocks. Does anyone have any questions regarding the Stocks app? Okay, I think I'm a really good teacher today. Okay, so now we're going to move on to our next segment. Give me 1 second. All right. All right. For those of you who this is your first time in the class today, we're now going to talk a little bit about what a breakout room is and what's about to happen. Okay, a breakout room is a way for you to do individual work outside of this Zoom class. This Zoom class is the main session, and I'm now going to open up a few rooms so you can go kind of take what we did in class today and put it to use. So in a few seconds, or once I finish talking about this, you're going to get a button in the middle of the screen. It's going to say Join Breakout Room. It's going to be a blue button. Once you see that, you want to click on that button, and you'll be taken into a breakout room. You're all going to be assigned a partner to work with. And once you're in the breakout room, I'm going to try and do this for you, but you should unmute yourself so that the other person can hear you. And also, it would be great if you could turn your videos on. At the bottom of the screen, you could start your video so that we could all see you. Also, at the bottom of the screen, you're going to see a button that says Ask for Help. Once you're in the breakout room, if you need help, you can click on that. I'm going to tell you what you're going to be doing in a second because you do not know that yet. At the end of the breakout room, you're going to get a 30-second reminder that says you have 30 seconds left, and then you'll have a button to click on to go back to the main session, which is where we are right now. So here's what you're going to be doing in the breakout room. I sent this document out this past week. If you did not print this or do not have access to it, I ask that you either take a screenshot or take a picture of what's on my computer right now. I'm going to give everyone 30 seconds to do this. This assignment is pretty simple. It asks you a few questions regarding the 4 things we looked at today, which is Venmo, Apple Pay, and the Apple Wallet, online banking, and the Stocks app. I'm going to give everyone maybe 7 or 8 minutes. So this is a pretty simple activity. The only reason why I'm doing this is because I know you don't like listening to our voices for so long. So I'm going to give you some time to work on an activity by yourself. So please make sure and to complete this assignment, I think if you have not taken a picture yet, please do so right now. Or the best possibility is that you have it printed out so that you could write directly on it. And I'm going to go over all the answers when we get back into our main session. So once again, I'm going to right now put you in the breakout rooms. Please click on Join Breakout Room and start working on the assignment. I'm going to give everyone 10 more seconds to take the picture. 5, 4, 3. Okay. I think we're good. Everyone, I'm going to give you probably maybe 7 or 8 minutes. You can go start working on the assignment. Please click on Join Breakout Room.